Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jules. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a commercial food photographer and stylist, and soon to be published cookbook author. And today we are going to look at my setup. This is a setup video for the 2023 Jibun Techo Biz and the Jibun Techo Diary. And I'm also going to compare it to how I set up my 2022, which was the personal and the days. Personal diary and the days. The one that comes with a starting kit. And to see how they're different and what's the same. I'm going to just put this here. So I'm going to put this also out of the way. So let's start off in the biz. And this is just the table of contents of what you'll find in the biz, and how to use the Jibun. And this is an example of how you can use your weekly spread. And this is a 3-year calendar, last year, this year, and the year to come. And I have very faintly underlined in pencil the weeks that I have my quarterly holidays, staycations. And let me take this out. We'll do it this way. And what I plan to do is once I select my color code for 2023, I am going to, I am going to highlight those as well. So that, but it'll be the different color. And then, let me put this away. And then we get into the index, and I'm using it the same as in 2022. Every day that is a stacked holiday is written in there. And then other things that I want to, like important business milestones or events, I'm also going to record that in here. How I did that in 2022 was like different publishing milestones when things went to the printer, when I finished certain aspects of the book publishing cycle. I recorded those days in this index. Next, we have the age chart and my dreams for 2023. I'm using that the same. My dreams are to start a sticker shop at, it was a suggestion by one of my regular viewers. I'm going to switch my candidate council for the arts profile from up and coming to professional artist. I have a 365 foreign dishes project that I want to finish. I have another book that I'm going to be a nonfiction book to write and then finish my fiction book. And then a course I want to teach. So, I want to say not much, but that's actually some big goals. And that's not different than my 2020, how I used the 2022. I didn't use the money section in 2022, and I don't plan to use it in 2023. The Japan map is different in both color and style, but I am using it the same. It's going to be my color code. I haven't figured that out yet. But it's going to be smaller. It's not going to have as many different... it's going to be smaller. It's divided differently. I might put some other key codes for things that I need to remember for easy reference here, but I haven't done it yet because I don't have a need to yet. So that may come later. And then we get to the week section, and how I did it last year was like write down what were exercise days, specific reoccurring events. I'm not doing that this year. This year, how I have set up this is kind of like a key so that I can have a reminder and at a glance view, especially for when I do my flips, on how I use different aspects of the week. So this is always a personal day. It's always going to be blocked off from private. The priority for my week goes up here. The first 6 hours of the day is where I note things like the day themes, birthdays, dog food making days, holidays, food photography, and development records, and my priority for the day. If there's something that I need to get done before anything else, even if it's not due, because my tasks are based off of how many spoons I have, it's like this is the task that should be prioritized over everything else. Goes in that section. This side, the to-do list, these are tasks that would be nice to do if I have extra time or extra spoons that have no deadline, just extra things to fit in. Then from 6 to 8 is where I put in deadlines and events of the day. So it's like things like if I have work deadlines, grocery deliveries, order deadlines, stuff like that. Then the next 2 hours of my work day starts at 8 and goes to 6. And the first 2 hours are always continuing education and prep. Then I have breakfast. Then this is where my break is. And then the afternoon or the evening is where I put when I exercise, TV that I would like to watch that night. And then this is like notes on the day. This is how I use this section. And then next, I use some washi tape to cover up what used to be here. This used to be the 100 wishes. And these are social media post ideas. This is for my Polaris Creative Food Instagram. This is my Polaris Creative YTube. And just like these are overall subjects, things to discuss, types of videos to make. I only have 2 social media channels this year that I'm going to be tracking. I have room to add 2 more if I want to like expand what I do with my business social media sites or presences. So it was the same last year, but last year I color coded, like it was a messy list of like using different colors of highlights this is like what is going on here. This is more organized, it's cleaner, it's more streamlined. Better use of washi to cover up what was there. It's just nicer. Favorite phrases I'm actually going to be using as favorite phrases in 2023. Last year was F-Stopper's article ideas and Disabled Kitchen and Garden article ideas, post ideas. These are still staying, but in different parts. Recommendations list, I'm actually going to use it for recommendations because people recommend things to me a lot and I write them in so many different places that often I forget that they were recommended to me or I lose them. So I'm actually going to use this as intended. Last year it was business and office supply needs. That's just being moved to the next place. This next place is book lists, like books you want to read or books you have read. And the first is 2 pages. The first page is going to be where my office supply needs go. Last year it was like TV shows I want to watch. Same thing. The next second page is going to be YouTube video ideas. So if I have video ideas on top of the regular videos that I plan to shoot that are on this page. Then after book list is the movie list page. Last year I used it as is. I don't watch a lot of movies. So like this didn't get used. I have a better use for it. It will be photography ideas, like projects, personal photography projects that are not work related or like brand related. Like if I want to shoot another art exhibit or whatever, that would go here. And then author site post ideas. This is a new thing. I'm now going to be not regularly, but with some frequency, writing posts on my author website that are craft related things or writing specific books that I'm writing, stuff about that. Next was the gifts received, and now this is going to be Disabled Kitchen and Garden post ideas. This was like shoots for my cookbook. Don't need that. I'm done with shooting my cookbook. And this is where I used to stick in the sketches. This is actually going in a different place now. Like this doesn't live anywhere in here anymore. And then The next for words gifts given, that is going to be F. Stopper's article ideas. Very, very different, like cleaner setup. Next was promise lists, and so this is going to be my social media tracker, and which was the same as last year, where I update the numbers at the end of every month. And then my free list is recipes to develop, same as last year. And this is for specifically for disabled kitchen and garden recipes to develop, which is different than posts. Posts are like roundups of accessibility projects or gardening tips or whatever. Recipes is a different thing. Then we get to the Gantt charts, and that is being used exactly the same. So I don't need to, except for I have different projects, and I've already, like most of my, I have stuff going, and I also have put in my holidays because it helps me. And with this project that I have, that's basically going to be taking up all of 2023, and then I have to also I have some 2 books to be writing in 2023 as well. That once I figure that schedule out, that will go in these bottom places. But this is for a new cooking project that I have going on, and that's all scheduled all the way through to the end of October. And then I'll be using the months the same, where it's like at a glance what I have happening in the month. My weeks will be used the same. I've already explained how I'll be using the weeks. And then we get to, sorry, I gotta snooze my watch. Hold on. Sorry about that. Then, this is where things get different. Blank pages don't exist. It was maps, transit maps in 2022. The spoon chart is something that I used in 2022. This is something I developed. This is a nicer design version of this, and I actually photocopied this from my cookbook and made it smaller so I could fit it across 2 pages, and it's just neater. And if there's any things that I want to change, I've left room underneath that if I come up with new tasks that can fit into these buckets, like my cookbook. I might be writing on another cookbook, but this might be just editing book, period. Whatever book I am working on, not necessarily a cookbook, because I have other book things. And there may be some other work-related tasks that, as my job evolves, that may evolve. So I've left room at the bottom to evolve this list. Then I have some blank pages that I don't know how I'm going to use yet. And then at the very end is color swatches of all of the different marker sets that I have. Looking back on 2022, I've actually... that's in a different place in here. So I was using the looking back on 2022. I plan to use the 2023 the same. And then personal data. I haven't used it last year. I doubt I'm going to use it this year. And that's the Biz setup. And then when we go to the days really isn't all that different. So I'm going to be using the index the same to note an index. If there's something I need to refer to specifically on a day, then that will be put in here, whether it be recipe notes, which will be going somewhere else, meeting something, anything that I need to reference on a specific day, that goes in here. My dreams and my events, that is going to be used in the business, so I will not be using these pages. And then 100 wishes, these are things that I want to buy, when I'm no longer doing no spends that are for me, personal wants. These are not necessarily needs. And how I use that in I didn't use that in 2022 at all, because I put this wish list in my in the diary, the personal one that comes with a starter kit. My TV things to watch have moved here, and this was videos to film, is where it was in 2022, and this has been moved to my Biz because it makes more sense to be there. This is more personal stuff, so it's like keep it here. Movies to watch has been moved here, and this is author website posts, which has moved to the Biz. And then this last list, there's nothing, wasn't used in 2022. Don't know if I'm going to be using it in 2023. This monthly, I'm going to use the same, where it's like keeping track of medications when I started new medications, open prescriptions when I have to refill prescriptions, stuff like that. Little notes go in here, and other important things that I want to remember. And then I will use the trackers before to keep track of specific how I spent, like miscellaneous book lists. Like if there's a project I have to track for grant purposes, the days that I actually worked on it, instead of like an overall, like these are the weeks I have dedicated to, like in the Gantt chart, then I make note of it down here. And then I'm gonna continue to use these pages the same, where I will set it up for write the English. Like that's the rest of this is going to be used exactly the same. So there's really not anything more to see that has been set up in there. I will continue to add tabs when I set up at the beginning of every month. That's going to stay the same. My ideas book, where I use a scratch paper, I still have like half of it left. So that's going to be moving with my Jibun system in 2023. And that setup is going to continually happen the same. So yeah, that's how I've set up my Jibun Techo Biz and days for 2023. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below, and I'd be happy to answer them. If there's any specific type of video you would like me to make, let me know as well. Give this a like and subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell. And join me every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. British time, as we sit and chat for an hour and a half and plan our weeks or months, or you can journal, or you can do art or whatever. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.